Hello guys, I have a unique chess puzzle for you today. It is white to play and win. The white pawns are moving up. You may pause and try to find the move. The only winning move for white is the amazing rook e4. The idea is that we want to get both of these pieces off the diagonal so it would discover the bishop's attack on the king. But we have many different ways to do it. We could move the rook anywhere, or even push the pawn first. Why is this the only winning move? We are literally giving up the rook with check. Let's say you push the pawn first. Even though we are threatening a discovered check with the rook, black completely ignores our threat and instead sacrifices the bishop on f7. If we move the rook, let's say to g4, it looks like it's checkmate because the king is completely trapped. But black is winning here because they can still push this pawn, which is also a discovered check on us. Now we have to move our king, and black can simply put the bishop on g6, and if we take the pawn, black can escape on g8, and we are going to lose. Our e6 pawn is gone, and black's remaining pawns will push down the board. Going back, if we had taken the bishop on f7, threatening promotion on f8, black will bring the king up to g7, stopping our pawn, and there is no discovered check that wins the queen. We could try rook g for check, supporting our pawn on f7. Black is once again going to push the pawn with a counter-discovered check. Once we move our king, black will block the pawn with the king on f8, and we can't force the king out of there with our bishop because the pawn is in the way. If we take the pawn, the queen will start checking us and we cannot escape the checks, and it is a draw. If we move the rook to, let's say g4, threatening the discovered check with the pawn this time, black pushes the pawn again, and it is a check on our king. So you can see how this discovered check with the pawn is very annoying for us. After we move our king, black can take our pawn, and even if we push our pawn, it's not a check because that annoying pawn is in the way. Now black can take our rook and defend their pawn. So we have to promote on f8, and it's a draw again. Going all the way back, I think some of you at least have an idea of why rook to e4 is the only winning move. Because now, if black plays d4 again, it's no longer a check because the rook is there, blocking the check. So we can just take the pawn, and f7 is a serious threat. They have to attack our bishop and sacrifice the queen for the piece. Here, we can first trade the pawn for the bishop, and then take the queen, and we are winning easily. But I'm sure many of you spotted that the pawn can take the rook with check. In this case, what do you think we should play here? Only one move wins. The only winning move for white is king to g2, keeping our king on the same diagonal as the queen. Doesn't this allow black to create the discovered check? Yes, it does, but now we can slide the king to g1, and we have escaped all the checks. Black literally has no good checks, and now they have to deal with the threat of f7. Black has one last try, bishop f7. They are blocking our f-pawn from pushing. What should we play here now? This one was quite obvious. We simply take the bishop, voluntarily blocking our f6 pawn from pushing because we have a new threat, promoting on f8. Black takes on c5 and defends f8. Now what should we play here? The answer is, we promote on f8 anyway. Black is forced to take, and the point behind this is that now, we can push the f6 pawn, and it is a discovered check on the king. Black is forced to block on g7, but it is a check. What move should we play? I'm guessing a few of you thought the move was taking the queen, and although this is a win for white, there was actually a much faster way to win. We want to keep this pin on the queen and continue to have the threat of promotion on f8. So the best move for white is to move the king here, because it is the only legal king move that keeps the king off the first rank. Why is that important? Because black will take our bishop now, and because it is not a check, we can promote on f8 and it is checkmate. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. See you in the next video.
My Spartan